sigo esperando, no importa tu ausencia, te sigo esperando.
I can know the of your love. With just one kiss it ain't enough. I'd rather be hooked on you. I'll be your fool. It's better than anything. Ooh, I get so high that I can feel my heart is on the line. Ooh, babe, I need you. I'm codependent on you. Don't you take your love away. Never take my heart away. Baby, I'm here. I can't stay away. Codependent on you, babe. Don't you take your love away. Never take my heart away. Baby, I'm here. I can't stay away. I wanna be down with you. It can be me and you. We can be loving through all the night. I treat love like this is hard to find. Just take a seat and just one. Let me take the stress away, away, away. You know I hold you down. Your love is what I crave. We had thinking I'm gonna pin on you, babe. Don't you take your love away. Never take my heart away. Baby, I'm here. I can't stay away. I'm gonna pin on you, babe. Don't you take your love away. Never take my heart away. Baby, I'm here. I can't stay away. I'm gonna pin on you, babe. Don't you take your love away. Never take my heart away. Baby, I'm here. I can't stay away. I'm gonna pin on you, babe. Don't you take your love away. Never take my heart away. Baby, I'm here. I can't stay away.
¡Hueva!
She just walked in here doing the Matrix walk. Look at her.
¡Para ustedes!
Ladies and gentlemen, it's
Come on.
our show. We are here live on the LDM Network. Yes, it's the day of when all the spirits are coming out. We got Guru Enlightment in the house.
My spiritual teacher and the special guest, Rick Wind Herrera.
Well, okay, in English, Ricardo Wind Herrera.
¿Cómo se dice wind en español?
No.
¡Viento!
You think I don't know Spanish? I know my
Ay, no
Spanish.
sé. It's a pretty good looking Spanish.
Yes. Damn, we look good on camera. Just wanted everybody to know. We're just checking to see who's chatting and everything. You know, we're waiting for the sponsors to give us the damn monitor so we can look at the chats when we can put it on phones.
¿Cómo están? Déjame buscar mi teléfono.
Look at
I'm back. Okay. ¿Cómo están?
Yari Maldonado says, love you. Okay, love you too.
De Ocala. That's my best friend. Oh my God.
Thank you.
Lamb.
Thank you for logging on. Thank you. Margie Oaks, hi honey, love you
¿Cómo
too.
está, Margie?
Christina Miller, hi. Mary Roder from Florida, how you doing? Thank you for watching.
¿Cómo están?
Well,
It's
been an interesting week.
It has. It has.
We're going to get this out the way now.
Let's do it.
Because there's some things that we have to say. And this concerns, of course, everybody's been watching the news with the trial that's going on, the burial, funeral of little Junior. This one hit close to home because of the fact that Junior is the little brother of one of my wrestling buddies, Manny Ortiz.
Damn.
As everybody knows, I work with the BWF. LDM works with the BWF. Charles has been involved. And Charles and I know Manny personally. Very good man, very kind-hearted person, very good, good people. And we found out that Junior was his little brother. There's a lot of things that went on. There's a lot of social media things that are being said and everything. We know what happened. Don't want to say anything because I don't want to think that I'm disrespecting Manny's family.
Right.
The only thing I can do is give my opinion on what's going on. My opinion is, first off, I want to thank the community, the way they came together and help this family get through this troubled times. I know there's a lot more they have to go through and everything to heal. There's a lot of things, spiritually, physically, mentally. There's a lot of things they got to go through. Well, like I said, in wrestling, there's a brotherhood. We work with each other every month. We train together. We put on shows together. And when one of ours loses a brother, we lose a brother. So it was pretty heartfelt for us to see our brother go through what he's going through. Now, what I'm saying, this is what I'm feeling. This is not content with trying to get ratings or trying to be like everybody else is doing through all the stations, giving your opinions and this and that. I'm going to tell you what I feel. I'm not giving an opinion. 8 thugs murdered a 15-year-old boy, mistaken identity, because of a little slut that made a video and protected her man and sent her brother, who she knew was a psycho in the first place, walking around with a machete, to beat up on a 15-year-old boy. 8 thugs. Mr. Yo soy guapo, yo vengo aquí de Santo Domingo, this and that, blah, 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 blah. Thugs.
It's a shame, man.
But when you saw them in court, they were bitches. 8 thugs just turned to 8 bitches. Because that's all you are. And back in my day, if a younger kid did something to somebody in our family, I got somebody his age to take care of it. We didn't go beat him up. But if we did beat him up, we just smacked him up a couple of times and said, look, get the hell out of here.
Machetes?
Boom.
I mean,
to beat up a kid with a knife and machete, that goes to show you guys are punks. And for that little girl who did the video.
And the video's out there.
And the video's out there. You should be ashamed of yourself.
That's what started it all.
The disgustingness that you brought to your family, to your mother,
the pain,
to your friends, the pain, and then you set this kid up. I got a message for the one with the blonde hair. The one with the blonde hair, you're going to be somebody's tasty bitch in jail. Somebody's going to whip out their machete.
Ahora sí se puso.
Y ahora you're going to be...
Y todos llorando. Everybody
everybody was like, no, sir. No.
One of them.
No English. But you play their videos, they're listening to all this new English music. Let me tell you something. When I was growing up, a gangster didn't do what these guys did.
Right.
We fought with our hands. And if we got our asses whooped, we got our asses whooped. If we won, we won. That's it.
Ay, señor.
Out of close to 1,500 people I have on my Facebook, at least 200 to 300, we all grew up in the same neighborhood. We all fought each other. We all beat up each other. We played football together. And right now, we're the best of friends.
But we didn't kill each other.
We didn't kill each other.
No.
We didn't kill each
Time
other.
has
Listen, I'm going to give credit's due. Thank you, NYPD, for moving as fast as you did. You don't have a great record right now, but you did what you had to do. A great effort by the community for stepping up and helping close down that store. Yes, there's three sides to a story. Their story, Junior's story, and the truth.
So what's your take with the bodega, man? Because there's a controversy
If you watch
with
the
that.
video perfectly, I could understand why they did it the first time. Just hear me out.
Right.
You own a business. I've worked in businesses. I've worked in stores where you got the neighborhood rugrats go into the stores and start in trouble. Hey, you know what? Take that shit outside.
Right.
Take it outside because anything happens here, he's liable.
Right.
I give him that the first time. Take it outside. Nobody knew what was going to happen when he did take him outside. What sucked was when he came back in, all bloodied up, you didn't close the door. You didn't try to help this kid and get the cops. Your thing was like, uh-oh, diablo, primo, ¿qué pasó aquí? That's what happened. But they're not the only ones, ladies and gentlemen. There was people walking by that instead of calling the cops, they were filming everything.
That's the new thing, filming. Everybody takes out their phone and films everything. Nobody does anything. Nobody wants to get involved anymore.
I mean, they put up a picture.
Because they're afraid.
They put up a picture on Facebook that impacted me so much, it's not even funny.
Which one was that?
The Titanic sinking. The Titanic in 1906, people trying to save lives. The Titanic in 2018, people in the water filming it.
Yeah.
That was a big impact.
Well, that's how the world is turning now.
A big impact. Justice is going to be served to these 8 punks. And there's more people coming. There's more investigations coming. I can't speak about it because I'm not going to disrespect my friend's family. There's still a lot of investigation going on. But there's going to be some surprises coming on. Some more people are going to go to jail. And it all started because of a little... I got daughters. I hate saying this word. But of a little slut that decided to take a video... and you knew they were taking a video, you wasn't raped because you actually looked at the video like, look at me, I'm doing this, I'm doing that.
And it was beside her
boyfriend. She's getting screwed by another guy, and her man's recording and smoking a hookah. Well, you know what?
It is messed
Your
up.
girl was a hooker. So hookah, same shit. I don't give a shit. It's the same shit. Now,
so do you think like the bodega man should be trialed too?
No, I can't say he should be.
Because everybody's
he just made a bad choice.
A big deal of that.
He made a bad choice and it cost him.
Right. It cost him everything.
It cost him everything.
Bodega,
right.
You know,
it cost him everything. The first, like you said, if you watch the video, being a business owner, and all they're doing is talking to each other in my store. I'm going to kick your ass, whatever. Hey, guys, take that crap outside. Get out of my store. I don't need it in here. But it escalated more than what it was. What he should have done is like, wait a minute. Let me pick up the phone. Let me call the cops. Listen, I got these kids in my store. They're fighting. It looks like it's going to be trouble, blah, blah, blah. He didn't do that. He didn't do it. Nobody picked up the phone in that store. And then they got videos putting up crying. Oh, you know, I should have done this. It's, no, you should have, but you didn't. Now it's over.
But you know what? This is the one thing. I'm not defending anybody, of course. You know, nobody knows how they're going to react in any particular situation.
Exactly. There's a thing, I forgot what it's called. They did a test in New York City where you had people in one room and they would play a recording about somebody getting beat up, like a woman screaming, oh, I'm being raped. Some people reacted like, oh, my God.
Right.
Some people were like,
and I've seen that.
Hey, what's going on? It's called, I forgot what it's called. It's like a shock thing where everybody's in shock and nobody moves.
Right. And that could happen. That could happen.
It can happen. Hey, it's happened to me. It's happened to me where I'm like, oh, wait.
Yeah.
And then
you don't know how you're going to react.
You're like, oh, okay, let me go do what I got to do. It happens. But in this day and age, everything is this with the phones. Everything is this. Everybody wants to get the likes. They want to get
famous,
they want to
be viral.
Yeah, they want to go viral. You know, hey, if I put this up and I get
that is lo más
and I put it on
and
I put it on YouTube and I get 1 million hits, I'll get money from YouTube.
Exactly.
You know, think, people, think. But I'm asking you guys today. Of course, Junior's incident is all over every TV station, not only in here, in different states, in different countries and everything. And I thank everybody who participated in sharing these pictures of these guys and doing what they did to try to bring these guys to justice. I want to thank the mother of the first one that they caught, that she says, oh, no, you're going.
She turned them in.
She turned them in. She turned them in. I got to give him that. But again, he's resting in peace now.
Right.
The funeral's over. The family has to move on. Junior, wherever you at in heaven, watch over your family. They'll always be there for you. Unfortunately, it doesn't end there. Like I said, today has hit close to home. Another gentleman was killed the same week Junior was. And this one really hit home because he is the son of somebody who used to be on this show. Jules Velez was the sister of my former co-host, Miss Cream. Everybody know her as Lady Cream. Jules has been on the show several times when we were at the other network. Great person, always been respectful, fun to work with, very good people. Her son, Jose Velez, was killed on the same week that Junior was killed. This is a kid who had a beautiful fiance and a 2-year-old little girl. Moved out of the hood to a safer area to get away from all the knuckleheadness. Yeah, he knew, hey, it's time for me to grow up. I made some mistakes. I'm moving on. And that's exactly what he did. So, another 2 animals, I guess, who knew him from his old neighborhood, ran into him and shot him in cold blood in front of his fiance right after they had dropped off their 2-year-old daughter.
Damn.
This kid was just going to work. He was going to take his lady to work. He was going to go to work. They had a babysitter doing their thing, and he got shot in the chest for no apparent reason.
But they were their friends?
It was just people that he knew from the neighborhood, from the story that I understand. I don't know the full details, again, but right. I'm doing this because, like I said, it hit close to home. Of course. Okay? It hit close to home. She's a grieving mother. And she has put out a lot of words out there where other people with the mentality they have, hey, you know, we're not going to get justice because Junior took all the media. No, she's actually supporting what's going on because she understands what a grieving mother is. Junior's mother Junior was the youngest. This is Jules' firstborn. Yeah. This was her pride. This was the one that made her a woman. It's killing her. And it's killing me that these 2 guys are still out there. Charles, you have the picture of the 2 gentlemen that are wanted, please? Can you put that up?
Was that ever shown? Was that blasted?
Yeah, that was on the news. Yes. That was on Channel 11 News.
Wow.
The 2 gentlemen, these 2 animals that you see behind me, are wanted for the murder of Jose Velez. He was shot and killed in cold blood in his car on his way to work, taking his fiancée home. I'm asking everybody, like you got together for Junior. I'm not saying it has to be as big as his, but this is another grieving mother that lost her son for no reason in the Bronx. Okay? There's a GoFundMe on my page that I've shared in her name. Her name is Jules Velez. Jewel Velez. She's a blonde-headed, beautiful woman, Spanish woman. She's also a grieving mother. Understand her pain. If this was your child, rather he's your youngest, your middle child, your youngest, you would want justice too.
Claro.
It's not cheap to bury someone. It's not cheap to pay the hospital bills, especially after this child. Being part of this community, being Latino,
it's really tough,
okay,
man.
Not all of us have life insurance. Not all of us have that pleasure where dad put away a trust fund for us. Some of us got to get up and work every day, live by our checks every single day. I'm asking the listeners, even please, if you watch the replay, you can go on my personal page, Raphael G, and you'll see the GoFundMe that I shared for Jules Velez. She is my friend. She was on my show on several occasions when I needed a co-host and everything, and her sister was there, and she was a very, very, very respectful woman to me. Lady Cream, despite whatever happened between you and I, that you're not on the show no more, I called you and I text you. I know a lot's going on. I feel your pain, Ma. I am very sorry for everything that's happened with, for your nephew. I hope that they find justice. D9, who is their brother-in-law, has been on the show. I hit him up. We spoke. He understands that I'm doing whatever I can. The effort that I'm doing is to at least get it out there. If anybody sees these two animals that were behind me right now, please call Crime Stoppers, call your local precinct, call 911. Do not approach them. Don't be a hero. Let's get these guys to justice so Jose can rest in peace. He left behind a 2-year-old little girl that will never know what happened to daddy until she gets older. If I know Jules, she's a strong woman. She's going to do everything she can to make sure that little girl remembers who her daddy was. So I'm asking you as a citizen, as fans of the show, please, even if it's $5, even if it's $10, even if it's $20, it's still something that this lady needs so she can bury her son. Remember, Junior's killers got caught.
Right.
There's some peace there. Can you imagine you going to sleep every day knowing that there's 2 people out there that killed your son?
Gotta be terrible,
and it's
man.
eating you up inside. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, please, tonight's show is dedicated to Junior and Jose Velez. And we hope that somebody out there sees something, and I'm hoping, it might not be big. Hey, listen, we're just an independent show in the independent network.
Right.
But somebody out there is watching. So please, contact Crime Stoppers if you catch these guys. If you see them, do not approach them. Again, the GoFundMe is Justice for Jose Velez. Hashtag Justice for Jose. Okay? Her name is Jules Velez. You can check me out on my Facebook. I put the GoFundMe.
Yep.
I've shared it. Please, $5, $2,
$2,
$3,
$5,
whatever.
pesos,
But if you get 100 people to put in $3, that's $300 that she can have.
Así es.
All right? So now, again, thank you all much for logging on and
Y
everything.
muchas bendiciones para la familia. Mucha fortaleza y mucha luz.
Yes. Well, now with that, we're just going to be stupid now and talk some crap for a few minutes before we bring on our first guest.
Pero primero que nada, we have to say hello, hello, hello to a lot of people that have been tuning
okay.
in.
I'm sorry.
My
okay.
sister from Puerto Rico. Hi, ñañañi, Damari Vendrell. Está Javier Rodríguez, está Karen. Déjame ver quién más por aquí. Mira, aquí dice Naya Kennedy.
Naya, yes, that's a wrestling sister. She knows Manny Ortiz. She knows Manny Ortiz. Naya, thank you so much for listening. There's a lot of people that are watching the show and everything. I want to thank you all so much and everything. I'm a little behind on mine because I had mine shut off and everything.
Y claro, Yari.
Oh, Mary, thank you so much for the condolences. Naya Kennedy, thank you. Naya's been on the show, so she knows. Naya Kennedy, you know, the wrestling is a brotherhood. When one of ours loses a family member, we lose a family member.
Hi, Ken. How you doing? Mira, el chinito que se crió en Puerto Rico.
Keno Lee.
Yeah.
Yo, let me tell you something.
Uh-oh.
Oh, my God.
Ken, call in.
Oh, no. I'm sorry I have to say this. I'm not making fun of you, Papi. I'm not.
Hi, James.
True story. Ralph's old neighbor pure Asian. I mean, the father was pure Chinese.
Okay.
He owned a few restaurants in Puerto Rico. Chinese restaurants in Puerto Rico is amazing. The food is amazing. It's 20 times better than here in the States.
It's with sazon,
And it's not only that,
like, "Hiya!"
you know,
with sazon.
they're not importing pork and everything because they're getting it right there from the island. All right. They bought a house next to Ralph's house in Whitestone, New York.
And all the cats disappeared.
No. See,
I'm
she's
kidding.
racist.
I'm kidding. I'm
Yeah.
not. We make fun of
She's
everyone.
racist. The puppies did. Anyway, no. Let me stop.
No.
No, this is what happened.
And the rats. Okay.
I met them. I'm hanging out at Ralph's house, and I met this neighbor, and he was, you can tell that he knew his English well and everything. He spoke Spanish perfectly.
Perfect. This one too.
Perfectly. Hold on a second, because there's the Puerto Rican Spanish,
And
there's
then
the Spaniard.
Spanish. Oh,
He
okay.
spoke the Spaniard one.
How did that sound?
No.
No, con la zeta.
Yes.
With the.
And I was in shock because I'm looking at
¿Sabes una cosa?
I'm looking at a Chinese guy who's talking Spanish.
awesome,
It's
though.
like watching the dog talk. But the funny
Never.
part was when his kids showed up, blasting Hector Lavoe in the car.
Get
I
out.
swear to God, with the
And when-
sunroof down. Chinito, Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, Chinito. Socia, ¿cómo está? ¿Cómo está la cosa, papa? I was
way.
like, what the hell?
No, this one dances salsa.
No,
Can't you
but
dance
he-
salsa really good?
But he was like, yo, bro, mira, estoy poniendo la faña, papi, vente, vamos a cocinar, bro. I was like,
Así son.
did this dude just call me socia?
Socio, hopefully.
He was like, socia, ¿cómo está, papi? ¿Cómo está la cosa ahí, papá? Vente, mira, vamos a cocinar.
Papá y todo te dijo, papá.
Yeah, papá, vente, papi. Did the whistle and everything.
Get there. Well, that's
And I'm
awesome.
looking
though.
at them, I'm like,
I
Ralph.
like that. No.
I'm like, Ralph, am I in the Twilight Zone or something? I said, this dude is listening to La Fania and everything, and you should have seen him walking to the car. I was like, oh, hell no. These chinitos were more Puerto Rican than me.
Exactly.
He had the flag on the car. It was the week of the Puerto Rican Day Parade years ago. Had the flag on the car.
Listen, kid saying my dad probably knows him.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I wouldn't doubt it either.
Doubt it. Yo, I mean,
They have like this mafia of Chinese places, restaurant in Puerto Rico.
oh
Mira,
my God.
They have
this
that.
guy was like, and then, we're having the barbecue, we're hanging out, and they're playing music, and I'm very talkative. I'm shut through the
Really?
whole time. I'm shut through the whole time. I'm watching them, and he's cooking. Chinito. I mean, this tall.
No way. really?
Chinito going, yo soy el cantante. I was like, oh,
That's beautiful to
hell
see.
no.
Oh man, you don't have a video of that. I would have loved to see that.
I was in total shock.
Mira, un saludito a Pulipo, baby James. Mwah, I love you.
Yeah, mellow nose. I'm not trying to, hey, listen, to each his own, man. It's always good to mix the flavors up.
Claro
But
que sí.
It was.
But I don't think, wait. Because the chinito that I know, my hermanito Ken, he doesn't mix with any race. He just likes his race, but does that chinito,
No.
tasted Latino?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh my
Chini-
God, his girlfriend.
All
was
right, Ken,
his
that's what I'm
girlfriend-
telling you. You gotta,
No, his
open your
girlfriend was a
horizon.
Colombian. Una colombiana, Shakira.
Get out.
Shakira. And I'm like,
Latino
wait
flavor.
a minute. He speaks Chinese, speaks English, speaks Spanish. He's with a Colombian chick.
That's what's up.
And he was like more
I
Puerto
love that.
Rican than any Puerto Rican I've
I
ever
love
met.
diversity. I love it.
I mean, he was like, when we, yo, papá, ¿cómo está? This and that. And you could tell because Puerto Ricans got to throw a little whistle once in a while, especially the men. Mira, mami, cocíname algo ahí porque tengo un hambre.
I've never heard of that, pero acá lo hacen
Oh,
entonces.
stop.
Qué
They
lindo.
do it out here. Stop.
¿Qué
And
es eso?
look where you,
Qué lindo.
wait, you live
Dale,
in
otra vez
Dominican
estoy
town.
cocinando. ¿Qué
You
soy
live
yo?
in Dominican town.
¿Eh?
You live in Dominican town.
And?
Come over to the Puerto Rican side.
Really?
Then you'll see what I'm talking about. All right? Because they'll be out there playing the dominoes. Mira, los otros días estaba mirando a esta mujer en la televisión, pero yo miré a ver si Mari me estaba mirando.
Y hacer,
Chacho, brother, cuando yo vi esa nalga, yo hice. And You already know what he's saying. You already know it's good. My father used to do that. My father used to be like, Papi, like when I used to date girls, and I would bring them to meet my dad, and especially if he liked them, Papi, somebody gonna get some today.
Te decía, not in front of her.
No, not in front of him.
Okay,
to the side, like he was proud, like, papi, mira.
Yeah, con esa, con esa.
Eso es tuyo, eso es mucho para ti. Pregúntale si tiene una mamá o una hermanita.
Qué lindo.
That's where I get it from, because he used to do that. My mother does it too, but my mother sings when she steals. Debo robar estos lentes, nadie sabe que cuestan un peso. Mírame, 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 mírame.
That's actually amazing that she sings while she's stealing the stuff.
Her and my aunt, 99-cent store. I swear to God, you can't go to 99-cent store. They go to the reading glasses first.
I know another person that does that.
She keeps trying them on. She keeps trying them on until she finds the one that she likes, leaves that one in her hair, and walks around the store like she's going to buy something. Or she'll buy like a juice and then walk out. And I'm like, Mami, what you did? She did, mírame, mírame.
Mírame, mira. ¿Tú sabes qué lo que tenemos que mirar ahora?
What?
Que son las 9:30.
Son las 9:30. It's 9:30.
Dios mío, se supone que venga aquí the guest.
So you know what that means. Do you know where your children are? It's
That's
9:30. Do you know where your children are?
Vamos a regresar next con
Mine are
quién?
playing PlayStation on Facebook and everything. They don't even call me no more.
Con
Only when they
Rick
need money.
Wind Herrera. We have Rick Wind Herrera next, okay?
Rick Wind Herrera for the
Después de estos anuncios.
non-Spanish speaking ones.
Dios.
Herrera.
Viento Herrera, viene para acá.
Viento, Storm.
Mi hermanito espiritual. Very talented dude. So we're gonna, like, after the break.
After the break, he's gonna come on. We're gonna talk with him, bullshit with him, laugh with him, talk crap with him, and then
Chan, chan, chan.
the Jedi Master of the spiritual world will be on.
Te meto un puño, cuidado.
All right, she is the Obi-Wan Kenobi of the spiritual. And if you think I'm lying, her Jedi Knights is Geo Cruz, Victor Cruz, Melody Rose Vandrell, Olivia Willen. I know her
Rick
Jedi
Wind.
Knights. She's been trying to bring
She
me
is.
from the dark side for the last 3 years. Ralph Vader is here. I have seen the dark side. We got cookies over here.
Qué lindo.
And when we come back, we're going to have some fun. It's the R&R show.
Huepa.
Bye.
are back. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Te iba a decir algo? Dios mío, es que no me deja hablar. Dios mío, mira, tenemos con nosotros a Rick Wind Herrera. Yeah. Dale,
In English, welcome back to the R&R show on the LDM Network.
Dios mío.
We're here with Ricardo El Viento Herrera.
What's up?
Hey, dale, ¿cómo está, Dios mío?
Welcome, my friend.
That was a
welcome.
great intro. Thank
Yes,
you so much.
hi,
Welcome,
Wind.
welcome. You know, we have
This
to
is my
do it
spiritual
bilingual
brother.
because then we'll get letters saying, excuse me, Donald Trump said you got to speak 2 languages.
Yeah,
We're
that's very
bilingual
true.
up in here, okay?
Yeah, bilingual. That means we speak Spanglish. Welcome.
¿Cómo está? Okay, award-winning artist,
Hey,
Rick Wind Herrera.
what's up? What's up? What's up?
Estamos bien aquí, mira, entonces háblanos un
First
poquito.
of all, hold on. I love the hat.
Oh, thank you so much.
That's
I like,
that smooth, poppy smooth. Fania, look at me.
I like your hat.
Hat. Yeah, I know.
He has a great style, though.
Esos son los junkies.
Los
Yankees,
Yankees, con
what's
Y,
up?
la
No, los
Yankees.
junkies. I'm in the Bronx. I'm representing los junkies.
Los Yankees de Nueva York, los Bombers.
Los Bombers.
Los Bombers.
Bombers. Welcome.
Dale
man.
otra vez, Dios mío, qué lindo tu sombrero, qué lindo. Bueno, aquí estamos con el award-winning artist. He has a new show, but before that, tell us a little bit about who is Rick Wind Herrera and how you got your name as well.
All right, so Rick Wind Herrera, that is my name. I'm an actor, comedian, artist, loving human being, caring.
Yeah.
I love to crack jokes. You know, I just love creating and sharing my journeys out on stage. I'm a very spiritual person. And I also, how I got my name, that is my spiritual name, Spiritual Wind. I have a teacher, Guru Enlightment, a spiritual teacher. She's going to be on the show too.
gonna be here.
Who's also the director of my shows as well. So being with her and being her cult. No, I'm kidding.
It's not a cult. Ay, Dios mío, this is the controversy, everybody. Ay, Dios mío,
Yeah, 'cause
nena.
The
Ay, yo-
Jedis. The
Everybody,
Jedis.
all my friends at the beginning was like,
Yo,
yo,
mine
Rick changed.
too.
Yo, Rick changed.
No, en my family too, nena, you're in a cult. Ay, Dios mío, Señor, rézate un Padre Nuestro. They've been sending me.
Melody walks into the house. The grandmother's like,
Cállate, Dios mío.
Throwing holy water.
Mira, my grandma has Facebook. Anyways, back to
abuelita.
Oh my God.
No, so being with her and learning from her, being a student, eventually I earned my spiritual name when I found out and I got blessed that it was Win. And then I carry it now as my middle name. So that's why I always say Rick Wind Herrera.
Well,
but besides that, I'm, active comedian.
There's a young lady on the chat that says, hello, Rick.
Hey, what's up? Her name is
On the
Mary.
Mary
How you
Rhoda.
doing?
Mary Rhoda, stop it. Be nice.
Él tiene novia, gracias. Se llama Cloud, okay?
Okay,
anyways,
he's like the wind in your dreams.
Like that. You should record. You should be in the show that I'm doing.
Maybe I should. I don't know.
I'm just kidding.
Guru's been
No,
trying to
espérate,
recruit.
te presento.
Guru's been trying to recruit me
It's
for
too
3
late.
years.
Too late. Espérate.
She's like, I can save him.
Yes, anyways.
That was such a confident yes. You need help. Yes.
Melody knows me too long. She's like, he's gone. He's in the dark side. They
No,
got
come
cookies
to the
over
light.
there.
Everyone can come to the light. Anyways. Pues Rick, okay, háblanos de your latest show or
Okay.
yeah.
All right,
What's coming up?
Go ahead.
No, I want to ask him, what?
Okay, dale.
No, because I read his bio. I saw the trailer. It takes a lot of guts to
Yeah.
do what he's doing. What made you just go and
Amazing.
say, you know what? I want to share this with the world. I want to do this. Because when people say spiritual, no disrespect to anybody,
No.
the first thing they think about is, oh, here goes the hippies.
Right.
This is that. But then,
O no, espiritismo, o
Yeah,
vudú,
or,
o
you know, it's always
santería. Ay,
you know,
ay, no
you know,
disrespect.
people
but-
can say that Guru's actually Doña Cuca, but she's not.
Hola, Verónica.
You know, I've known about your adventures and your journey with Guru because I'm gonna say something. I know Guru's waiting. She's coming on. Guru changed Raw and Ready. I'm telling you right now. She gave us that punch in the chest
That's
many
right.
years ago, and it went from the Ralph and Ralph to Raw and
Right,
Ready.
Ready.
She says, "Don't call yourself Ralph and Ralph. Go Raw and Ready." So I know how you kids, and I say kids in a respectful way, look up to her for what she does. This
That's
is a
right.
lady who does this for free.
people don't understand it. There's people out there that have groups like this, and they take advantage of people.
Right.
Right.
Now, you're in this group, and you're still doing what you're doing. What gives you that motivation to go out there and be a comedian? Because being a fellow comedian is not easy, man.
Right. Well, first and foremost, you can't be taught if you're not willing to learn. So I wanted to learn and grow and change my life for better. You know, battling depression and growing up in a bad neighborhood and seeing friends come and go and knowing that I was worth something, right? Before I even met her and she was telling me those things, I already knew within me already that I'm like, man, I love comedy. I want to share these things with my life. And I started doing it. And then I met her. She took me to a different level. It's the drive of wanting to become something
That's right.
more. So you need that. And you, because a lot of people could go to all these type of things, from church to religion to spirituality, from any type of read books. But if you're not willing to be open-minded to really learn and grow, then you're wasting your time. Mm-hmm. So it has to come from within. So if I'm on that stage and I'm doing jokes and I'm sharing my life, it's because I want to. Right. I want to do it. So there's a passion and the drive for it. And so it started with that. Meeting her, you know, not comedy involved, because in the beginning, the comedy and everything was figuring out my life. Yeah. You know, I have all this anger, I have all this stuff, and learning from her how to let things go from an accepting family and taking responsibility. She always says, and even I realize a lot of people don't want to take responsibilities for their life. They rather shut themselves out and be ignorant, you know, and always point the finger and complain. But in the end, when you're doing that, you're not solving anything. Yeah. So once I got the solving of my life, then I'm like, yo, I want my comedy, my life, and myself has grown to another level. And then I was like, now I want to share these lessons. Woo. Because sometimes, and I'm sorry for going on, sometimes...
No, go ahead. You the guest.
Yeah, sometimes you see a lot of these shows, and I'm out there because I'm a fan of comedians and artists and all these types of shows. They always give you issues, but there's no solution of how they solve these things. And the difference for me was like, man, I'm sharing these journeys, but I'm also showing these lessons that I learned that helped me find the peace that I need. Or some were finished with the peace, but then there's also other things that I'm still working on it. So I'm not perfect. I don't claim to be. So I'm giving you this journey of these roller coaster of ups and downs. So it started with that, and then from there on, just kept on writing more one-man shows and sharing my life, you know, for me, and appreciating the love and support that I get from the audience. The beautiful thing that I get is when they can relate to the story and people say, you helped me, you know, thank you so much. And that to me means everything, because it's bigger, that's money can't give me that, you know, and all that stuff.
Now, how do you mix music with comedy? Because as everybody knows, being a musician, being a comedian is two different genres. Right. So how do you combine your styles together to put on the show that you do?
This show is different. Right, this show is more
fear. All right, so so when my one-man shows, I combine the dramedy, comedy, and the music. How I fuse them together is how we fuse life together. You know, I have this gift of, you know, being, you know, poetic and doing music and singing songs. I just sat back and said, you know what? What if I just tell this journey and be myself? You know, by being funny, by telling you how I really feel with anger, and let me sing this out. This is a gift that I can do. Let me have a moment where I just sing how I feel in that moment. So it wasn't a matter of like, if this is good, is this going to work? I don't know. It was just like, this is what I do in my life. You know, some days I'm laughing, some days I'm crying, some days I'm playing guitar. I got to show that on stage.
That's right.
So, and that's how I did it. Now with the concert, the intimate concert Fear, now it's just based on, it's not. Eventually, it was just based on music, but now it's taking on more stuff. It's music and spoken word, and taking you on a journey with the word fear and what we have to do with our lives.
So, what inspired fear, though?
Okay.
And what does it mean? What the word fear mean?
That is a great question. You wrote that down?
No, I didn't. Mira.
No.
Right here.
So, what inspired fear? So, for the past 3 years, I've been doing one-man shows, right? And it's been great. This year, I spoke to Guru and I told her, look, my gameplay for this year, I want to be low key, and I want to focus on my music growth. Nice. I want to dedicate my life right now for this year to music and take it to the next level. I want to work with other musicians and learn from them, right? So it started with that. It started with an intimate night with Wind, and I was going to have musicians and they was going to play. Then I get this message, you know, one night, and I just have this pen and paper and I start thinking of the word fear and how we always look at it in a negative.
True.
And I was like, what if I just really look at that word and change the F to freedom, take the E for empower, the A for awaken, and the R for revival. What if I just take this word and this is no joke. I'm home. I'm telling my wife, like, give me a paper and pen. I'm getting a message. Literally. She's like, what? And I'm like this, freedom, empower. And I'm breaking this word down. And I'm like,
That's
this
beautiful.
is the show. We're gonna look at this word in a positive. And with the lessons that she's teaching us, where we gotta face the music in the mirror, this is what we're getting from this word. What if we look at it positive in every aspect of life?
Right.
So if you watch this show, we're conquering our fears with music, but I now want the audience to conquer their fears in life in every aspect.
That is
by
powerful.
looking at that word in the positive. About to be a new father. Yes, there's fears in that. Embrace that. Turn it to a positive. You know, you got a new job.
Right.
Oh, I got fears of doing this new job. Great. Embrace it, but look at it as a positive.
Got it.
So, and that's how it came to be. And then, you know, working with other talented musicians. And I didn't want this to be about me. I want this to also have my moment and also give everybody else who is talented a platform to showcase their talents.
Well, we have a comment in the chat room by somebody very mutual to all of us. Mr. Victor Cruz says, I would love to be the wind behind that Papi's wings. Mike DeLuca says, I second that. You're getting a lot of love out here, dude.
Thank you,
a lot of people are showing love.
Appreciate it.
Now, you came up with the concept of fear,
Right.
and you changed the letters. See, me being funny and being who I am, I would be forever eating acapulcas with rice. That's what it would say to me.
And that would be a cooking
Ay,
show.
señor.
No, but because the fear is
Hay que
getting away.
rezar.
You know, I have to start. This is the way, because he's a comedian. He knows what I'm talking about. Everybody comes up with a different concept of everything. Like
Right.
fear, you changed it. I remember fear meant something else in the 80s for the drugs, for the anti-drugs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
It meant something like that also, which was something again fear of letting people know you was a drug addict or
Okay.
something like that. So, and it wasn't
I
like
didn't know
to be
that.
I remember seeing like a logo.
Yeah, everybody uses it in a way because fear can mean anything. Like you said, you took your anger, your fears, and you
That's
put it
true.
into your gimmick.
Right.
You know, what people seem to don't understand. Whatever comedian out there says I'm the happiest man in the world is a liar.
Right.
Bernie Mac said it best. My comedy comes from pain. And he was one of the greatest comedians of all time.
Right.
He spoke the truth.
Right.
Who was the greatest comedian of all time? Richard Pryor, the son of a prostitute. He didn't know who his father was and was one of the greatest, but he used that into his thing like you're doing now. Like you
Right.
said, congratulations that you're going to be a father.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying.
No, no.
Oh, I thought you were.
I know too. I was like, oh,
Okay, wait a
excuse
minute.
me, but I know.
Fears of
I
being-
know.
Because I was
I
going
know.
to tell you, you're never going to
And then you
sleep
said the
again.
other thing.
Hopefully soon.
You know what I'm
yes.
saying? Well, you know, sorry, ma'am. I ain't know. But you know, but it's a good thing that you took that where
Me, there's things here.
you
Fine.
it was dare. I think for the drugs. Yes, you're right.
It was there, I know.
Same thing. I dare you to be fear. Come on, Victor. You trying to?
Change
you know-
it around. No, just kidding.
No, but you know, people use certain things dare for that, fear for this. It could be something else. You know, and people use that, which is a good thing. You know, it's good. Listen, dude. I look at it like this. Whatever you do, whatever you worship, whatever you follow, whatever you read, helps you in life, do it. I don't care. I
That's
tell
true.
my kid, I don't care if you worship a rock,
Right.
but it's making you peaceful.
Right, that's true.
You're happy.
Right.
That's what
You're
we taught
doing
too.
your thing. Go ahead.
Right.
You know, I took a different road for myself. You took your road. Melody took
Right.
hers. Everybody takes a different road. And, you know, of course, we're going to get the critics.
Right.
Well, you know.
And
Ryan
the family
Chubis is-
too.
yeah.
Family plays a
Yeah, you know.
really hard.
But if you got
role
a
here.
supportive family that says, Mama, if that
Do you-
makes you happy,
right.
go.
That's the
Right.
difference.
You know what I'm saying? So you know, you got to be, that's what I mean, like, you got to be courageous. You know, you can't, my fear is failure.
Failure. Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? That's my fear. That's what drives me every day. Everybody knows my story. The 20-year marriage, this and that, whatever. The last 3 years have been amazing. I'm 47 years old. I began wrestling at 45.
Oh, nice.
I'm 25 years too late. Why? Because I conquered that fear of if I don't do this, I'm going to fail. Hey, I'm not the greatest, but I'm doing something that
you're doing it.
half of the guys your age wouldn't dare to do, you know? So you go out there and you do what you got to do, man.
Right.
You go out there, you tell the world what you feel. You go out there, express what you want to say, and nobody can tell you anything.
Yep.
Nobody can say you didn't do what you wanted to do.
And that's what I like, and that's inspiring too. You know, you also took Guru's lesson, like you could turn any negative into a positive, and you did this with this concert. So I find that so inspiring that you were able to do that and transmit that message too. Who is in your show? What?
So I have Gio Cruz, I have Rich Water, New. I have. They're all like the guitarists and singers.
Okay.
I also have Breeze who's doing spoken word. I have Mike DeLuca. I have Jonathan Crow. They're also doing spoken word as well. So those are like the main artists, and also people who are helping with the show too. I'm always the type of person I give credit to everybody that helps with the show. So you're helping with the show as well and stuff like that.
That day, yeah, I know.
There's a lot of people behind those scenes that. There was one thing after my second show that I made a scene. I made everyone get on stage, because when you see a one-man show, you always see that one person on that stage and you think that person did everything.
That's beautiful that
and
you
what
did
I
that.
did, I brought everyone on stage, and to me, I told them this is what a one-man show looks like. Everybody who helped from the beginning, whoever helped today. So I love to give credit when credit is due.
That's right.
So it takes a village to put everything together. But the person to have that motivation has to come from you. Before everybody supports you, you have to go out there and do it first.
Wow, amen to that. And okay, so I want to talk a little bit about what has been the role of the director who is Guru Enlightment. When she comes in, how she is as a director.
She's very strong. She's very honest. She doesn't take no shit. And what I'm gonna do too, like you get to see a glimpse. I'm opening up the show with a 10-minute documentary, so you get to see a glimpse of what we had to go through with the process of that. Like I'm used to it, you know, because of her in the previous works. So it was great to see how everybody else reacts. You know, she's a great person to work with. Not everything is going to go 100% right, because when a director sees more for certain things, you got to give them respect.
Especially a director like
Guru. So like Guru. So she's getting many messages and stuff like that and see things differently from us. So at the end of the day, it's all out of love, that's how she directs.
Right.
And you just have to eat it. If you don't get it, you just have to sit back and see where it goes. Or sometimes battle with that, like, oh, I don't like this note. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say that everything was all peachy and cream, because it's not. You know what I'm saying? When there's a process of working with 6, 7 other artists, you know, which was, everybody has their thing that, you know, hear the music different, see it different, feel it different. So it's like so many ingredients in a soup.
Got it.
And the end is going to be great. But
it is going to be great.
You got to let it fucking simmer.
Did this group evolve? Did it start it as, like, it ended, like, the members of it, or did anyone just wasn't, like...
So,
because it happens. That happens.
Yeah. So, like... we started probably, like, it was, like, maybe, I would say maybe 10, 12 musicians that I had in the beginning. It got down to, like, 4. Not because, like, Guru was cutting them.
Right.
Like, it was that, you know...
They cut themselves. No.
Yeah, they personally, like, they saw the type of direction that Guru was taking.
Okay.
And some of them weren't comfortable with it. Some of them weren't ready for it. And that's fine.
That's fine.
You know, so this started from, like, having these 10, 12 musicians to people who couldn't commit for various reasons, and it got down to just 4.
Okay.
And as Guru says, to the people who were meant to be in it. And then people got in the show probably, like, 2 months prior. Like, out of nowhere, you know, just... naturally, just them coming and stuff like that. So it's been a ride.
And a journey.
It's been a big journey, and I'm ready to do the show.
When is the show?
July 7th.
Yes.
At 6 p.m. That's a Saturday at La Dea Theater, 107 Suffolk Street. And tickets are still available. You can come on down.
Where they can go to buy tickets, or
you could go to fearshow.eventbrite.com.
Please.
Or, you know, go on my
page,
on my page at RH Comedy on Instagram, and there's a link there as well. But fearshow.eventbrite.com. You could get your tickets there, or the day of, come down and get tickets. It's going to be very intimate.
Guys, it's going to be a great show, I promise.
And you're covering
Please
that,
come.
right? You're covering that show, right?
What? I'm helping, okay?
Okay, you're covering the show, right?
Dios mío. que
July
tú quieres
7th, you're covering the show.
I'm going.
You see the R&R shows
I am
everywhere
going.
July 7th because you're going to be at the Fear concert, and I'll be defending my tag team championship with the BWF on July 7th.
Yes,
And
sir.
tonight, we're giving away free tickets. So after the commercial, if you want to give us a call, talk to Guru, or if you want to win free tickets, give us a call at 347-640-3920. You get a fair free tickets. And guess what? Guru's going to be in my corner one day in the ring, and she's going to be kicking ass.
With a mask, with
And
a
then-
mask.
The way he was saying, you know, Guru stuff. Guru is Mickey of Rocky.
She should walk you.
Okay,
in.
she told me, I'll make you eat lightning and crap thunder. Get up, you son of a bitch, because Guru loves you. That's the way she is. That's how tough she is.
No,
If you
she
wanna
is
give-
tough. I've
If you
been
want to give a
directed by
description
her.
of Guru, she's Mickey. Her students are Rocky. All right, like, hey, yo, Guru, I don't know what to do. What do you mean you don't know what to do, you son of a bitch? After all these years, you
and
can't
then
get in that
expensive.
ring? That's Guru.
She's very tough, very loving.
Yes, it's tough
She
love.
knows how to do both.
Yes.
Depending on the student. If you fucking like, if you're like not listening, she will get tough. But if you're listening, she's cool.
Dude, she told me, look, I'm 6 feet, 260 pounds. Sexy. My ex-partner that was on the show was 6'6", 450 pounds. She just walked up to us and said, y'all the dumbest mother I've ever met. Sit your asses down.
I was
And
in
like
that
two little
meeting.
kids, we were like,
I was in that meeting. I was
like, you ain't tell us she had tattoos, man. She said, come here. What the hell's wrong with y'all? And me and Ralph were just, and I'm telling Ralph, yo, do you want to say something? He was like, I ain't looking in her eyes. I ain't looking in her eyes.
You know what's the beauty of that, right? Is that if you go, her honesty is a gift.
Yes.
Right? Because if you go
Yes.
in that world,
She is raw,
everybody
man.
will
Yes.
always lie to you and tell you what you want to hear.
That's true.
She's
Yes.
going to tell you what you need to hear. And
Yes.
It's up to you if you want to take it or not.
This is why I tell people, always go to someone who doesn't know who you are. Because when you go to people, let me tell you something. There's scams out there. There's a lot of scams out there. No, but there is Doña Santera from up the block and la 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 la. Yes, Doña Santera already knows your life story because your mother went already over there. Ay, que el hijo mío esto, ay, 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 ay. And she's gonna look at a piece of chicken and say, tú hiciste esto y a ti esto. Your mother just went over there and paid $20 for you to give another $20 to hear something your mother already told you. You could have got it done for free from Guru.
Y después viene el despojo. I'm gonna do un despojo for $400. You need to do this. $400
for sugar, honey, and water. I could have gone to Dollar Tree, spent $3 for that shit. It's the same, that's what she's about. That's why I tell people, go to people you don't know. Don't go to those psychics people that just stand in the door and say, can I read your palm? Can I read your palm? Bitch, if you were a psychic, you know I don't need you to bother me. Give me the lottery numbers and we'll be okay.
That's a different story.
Yeah, that's a different story.
That'd be great, though.
Tell us again where to find the show, what date, and where to buy tickets.
So on July 7th, that is Saturday, July 7th at 6 p.m., we're doing an intimate concert, an intimate show called Fear.
Yes.
Tickets still available. You can go to my page on Instagram at RH Comedy. The link is in the bio. Or go to fearshow.eventbrite.com and pick up your tickets there. So, yeah.
It's going to be an amazing show, guys.
Oh, wait a minute. See, now we're going to have a little thing here. Before we go to the...
What?
To the...
Commercial. What happened?
The guys we're fighting July 7th are in the chat rooms talking crap. All right?
So
now, this is a Puerto Rican that's coming from Puerto Rico to fight us on July 7th. Okay? And what kind of a name is Jason Stewart for a Puerto Rican? That's his wrestling name. Jason Stewart.
Uh-oh.
His tag team partner is Zion. No, I got my peoples here. Now we're going to talk some shit. His tag team partner is named Zion RT1. What the is a Zion RT1? That's like me buying a car. What kind of car you drive? I drive a Ford Zion RT1.
But if you buy a ticket to my show, I'll love them, so.
Yes, buy tickets to the show.
But if you can't make it to their show, the BWF, we're wrestling. We're giving away 2 free tickets today. This is fam. See, the R&R show is going to be everywhere. She's going to be over there at the field. I'm going to be kicking ass in the ring. Guru's going to be watching me from somewhere, telling me in my ear before I walk in the ring.
She is.
It's going to be like in a Rocky movie when I'm knocked down, right? I'm knocked down. And her face shows up like Mufasa from The Lion King talking about, remember who you are.
Would you let Guru walk you down the ring?
Hell yeah!
Awesome, Guru, let's do it.
Hell yeah!
Oh my goodness, let's do it.
Are you kidding me? She'll be like, phew. And everybody just gets out the way.
With that, like the Matrix.
You know how many, and then all her followers will be there cheering us on, Chado, all the Jedis will be with their hoods up like this.
And we are an army, a spiritual army.
Folded with their hands in there. You see Jason Stewart, RT1, R2D2, C3PO, whatever your name is? I got an army, okay? They're called the Jedi Knights of Uptown Manhattan. With Guru, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Enlightment. She's going to kick butt. We got a call?
All right. And
wait a minute. We got a call.
Jason Stewart.
Uh-oh.
Hi, you're on the R&R show.
Wepa.
Hello, this is the splendid one, Bobby C.
Oh, no. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry for this. Bobby C, the splendid one, is the Donald Trump of the BWF.
Really?
Hi, Bobby.
¿Cómo está?
Hi, Rafi G. Firstly, I'd like to say one thing. I want to see justice for Junior.
Okay.
Justice for Junior.
Okay.
We have to have justice for Junior.
Okay.
I may not like most of you people in the Bronx.
We don't like you either.
Definitely is not cool.
Okay.
What happens?
Okay.
And I will say this, Rafi G. You would have not heard the last of the splendid one.
Oh, that's right. I used your wig to wash my car.
You will be washing my car when I'm done with you, and I see you have a new host.
What?
Yes, she's a new host.
Hey, how you doing?
She's a new host.
Hi.
Young lady, I feel sorry for you that you have to sit there and listen to Rafi G all night. You must have a lot of patience.
Hey, Bobby, before I cut you off, remember, she's my co-host, not my maid like the one you got, all right? So listen, go take your wig. Go take your wig. Take it to the, the laundromat like you always do. I got people in the chat room that wants to talk to Guru, and they're all getting upset. I already see they're taking out their lifesavers. So, Bobby, do me a favor. I'll see you at July 7th at the BWF event. Remember.
I will see you on the 7th.
And I will see you on the 7th, too. We're going to celebrate Independence Day together.
Vale.
Bye.
Nos vemos entonces.
Ladies and gentlemen, when we come back,
it's that time.
It's the one everybody's been asking for. All you people, we want Guru, we want Guru. Fine, you're going to get her. Right. But y'all better, I'm telling you right now, when she starts talking, she's gonna tell y'all off.
It's going to be great. All right.
It's the R&R show. We'll be right back. And you don't go nowhere. You're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. You're going to be here. You're part of Guru's team. Okay. You got to be here for her debut because that's it's her moment. But you got to sit right over there. Calladito, shut up, don't say nothing because Guru will just give you that look.
It's a session.
All right. It's the R&R show when we come back. It's the premiere of Guru Enlightment here on the LDM Network.
I don't want you to be good. I want you to be great. I think that all of you have gotten away with being good, but I want more than that. And all of you have the capacity to give that greatness. So if you want this to work and you listen to the things that I'm saying, I guarantee you, and you have me on tape, you're going to see the results.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, the time has come here on the LDM Network. Damas y caballeros, without further ado,
my spiritual teacher.
Okay. From uptown New York City, she is the reigning spiritual advisor throughout the land. I pronounce to you, señoras y señores, let's get ready to get spiritual. Miss Guru Enlightment.
My spiritual teachers. It's
welcome, welcome,
Why, I feel
welcome.
like I'm gonna go on a fight right now. You know what I'm saying?
You better practice, because when the next fight you gotta practice.
Yeah, I feel like I'm really just gonna, you know.
First of all, thank you so much for accepting our invitation for you to be here once a month and give advice to people who may need it and everything. I know, you know, you're a very busy lady and everything, and it means a lot to us that you actually accept it. You know, even though Melody put 2 guns in my head to make sure it happened, everything. No, I'm only kidding. You know, this is a great honor for us to be on the show, because despite the little bit of time that I known you, you were a big impact on the R&R show, and from the bottom of my heart, I really thank you for that and everything. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Miss Guru Enlightment.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it, and I feel very honored being on with you guys. And by the way, you look awesome.
All right, mira, dándote some loving, ¿viste?
Yeah.
Margie, she's just saying that because it's nice. Don't get jealous.
You've come a long way. You really look great. I'm happy for you.
Thank you, thank
Really.
you. We had a nice little talk.
Yes.
We had a nice little talk.
We did.
Before we get started, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a question that you want to ask Guru, please do not hesitate to call. Give us a call at 347-640-3920.
Aquí hablamos español también, así que también él entiende español. Puedes llamar si tiene alguna pregunta a mi guía espiritual. 347-640-3920.
Ok, y te lo repito otra vez.
Dale.
347-640-3920. Y es razón que lo digo suave, porque cuando uno lo dice tan ligero,
it loses.
Yeah, people get lost. And they feel, wait, I didn't write that. Wait. I got to hear it again.
Espérate, vamos otra vez entonces. 1, 2 y 3.
Okay. In Spanish or in English?
En español.
Okay.
3, 4, 7, 6, 4, 0, 3, 9, 2, 0.
Very good. Because when I remember when I was
That's
hearing
true.
you guys and you were saying the phone number, all I got was 640.
Oh, okay.
But that's true though.
Because if you say it too fast, people are going to say, oh my God, wait a minute.
Is there any way we could write it on the screen, like the number?
There, it's on the screen.
Oh, it's always okay.
Jesus Christ, none of these so demanding.
Mío, cállate. Anyway, I'm excited and I'm nervous because my spiritual teacher is here. I've been with my spiritual teacher for 10 years. Gracias, kicking my
Yes.
butt,
You
and
guys
I love her.
make me sound like a bully.
Well, people keep saying I'm too loud. It's because I got a big mouth. I'm sorry. I'm excited. Guru's here. What do you want me to do?
We all excited.
Put down your speakers and you can hear us.
I Are you serious? They're saying that
Yeah, I'm too loud. I got a big mouth. What the hell?
I'm
from the mic. You're gonna
Glam,
talk louder.
Minerva, Swan is watching Violet. Yeah.
Okay, that's great.
Let's give it up for the online directors of the show. Miss Nola Swan, thank you for your advice. Now, Guru,
Go ahead.
Your segment is going to be about helping people, asking questions, I guess talking about your experiences and everything so people can know. Because I want people to know who you are.
Yes.
You know, I want to know that everybody know that you're not a fraud.
No, I'm not.
Because, you know, a lot of my good friends go to you.
Right.
You know, I've known Victor Cruz and Gio for many, many, many years. You know, and nothing but positive things have come out of their lives when coming with you. And I finally got to see the stockroom.
Okay.
Great job directing. You know, I saw somebody do a little cameo. I'm not going to point who it was. or say who it was. You know, she played the typical Puerto Rican.
Qué linda.
Getting some underwear.
I know, right?
and
There's
everything.
moment to steal.
Now,
Hola, boys.
how do you go about when somebody approaches you? What's like your first method of trying to help that person? Like what like is there like a ritual that you follow, or do you, or it just comes out like you can? Because I know you could read somebody very well.
Yes, I could. Very well. What happens is when I get a student like that comes for the first time, one of the things that I say that you're not here to believe in me because I believe in me.
Right.
You're here to learn how to believe in yourself. You're not here to believe my truth. You're here to believe your truth. Because everybody's truth is very different. You understand?
Yeah.
So I don't teach them my truth because that's mine to keep.
Right.
Okay? And my journey is totally different from everybody's journey. So I teach the student to learn their truth and to go to follow their journey. I teach you to be confident, have self-esteem, to believe in yourself, and to believe in your truth.
Right. Now, when somebody approaches you and they come to you now, usually it's like now with, you know, word of mouth, people seeing progress in other people and saying,
Right.
hey, you know, my buddy went to Guru and he's doing well. What can I go to her for whatever this reason? Now, I know you help with depression, suicidal thoughts, drug use, whatever. I believe me, I've done my homework with you, you know, and you do this for free.
Yes.
This is what I mean by it's not a con, it's not a business.
No, because I'm not making anything out of it. I'm not. But that is my journey. You know, as a teacher, that is my journey. People always think that there's something behind it. So they kind of, some people just stay to say, no, this is not real. But as they get to find out that it is real, because I have students that have been with me so many years and they don't wash my car, they don't wash my clothes, they don't cook for me, they don't clean my house. You know what I'm saying? So it's about me helping people. That's what I do. Have I been condemned and criticized? Absolutely. Because I'm condemned and criticized because I don't charge. Let me explain something to you. People rather go somewhere and pay for it because then they believe in it. You understand? And people will say, well, did you graduate from this? Do you have a degree from this? No, I don't. I've been gifted since I was 9 years old. And I had to fulfill my journey first before I can go help others, or I could not do what I'm doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I have a lot of spirits that guide me and help me and help me with people that come to my house. And one of the things about spirits, they love to gossip.
Oh, yeah.
So when
somebody,
yeah. So when they come to my, you know, when I get somebody for the first time, they come into my house, they're already telling me about this person.
Right.
You know? And there's people that come because they want to, like, well, I came because I just want to see what you can do for me with that kind of attitude. There are people that are very humble, caring, and I respond to them by the way they come to me. See, one of the things that it's important that that I tell everybody, I'm not asking you to believe in me.
Right.
I'm really not. And I'm not here to prove anything to you.
Right.
That's not what I'm here for. And that's because I prove it to myself and I believe in myself. So I'm not here to show you anything. I'm only here to help you so you can show yourself and how to become the person you were meant to be.
Right. Well, Johnny Lorenzo, I appreciate the question you're asking Guru, but you could call in 347-640-3920. Johnny Lorenzo asks, when and how did you realize you had this gift?
That's a good question. I'm going to tell you a story. This is true. I used to, because you're a child, you're a kid like 9 or 8, and you don't have fear in you. Okay, my mother didn't raise me with cuckoo or negative horror things. So I started to hear voices, but I thought, honestly, that everybody heard voices. And I'm going to tell you why I thought like that. Because I would go to the kitchen, I would hear my mother talk to herself. And sometimes I can be sitting on the stool, and I hear people talking to themselves. So I didn't think that what I had was anything amazing. I didn't. You understand? So I grew up innocent when it came to that. I really believed everybody can hear, and I still do, and I still believe people can hear their spirit. But what happened when I was 13 years old, I was in school, and my best friend's father had an accident. And she came crying to school, and I said, what happened? My father is in a coma. So I said, well, then talk, and I didn't say spirit at the time. I said, well, then talk to your friend. Because the friend would talk to you and would tell you how your father's doing. So she went and told her mother what I said. She came back and she said that I was the devil's child.
Oh.
So I was really devastated at that age, but I was very innocent. So I can't tell you did I start hearing the voices during the day or during the nighttime. It was a normal thing for me to hear them. It really was.
Yeah. I'm going to do something I've never done before on the show. Melody and I had a conversation a week ago about a certain situation that happened to me back in October. Okay. Now, people can say that, oh, he's crazy. I get that all the time. I was born crazy. I came out walking on my hands out of my mother. If anybody knows my history and the thing of the show, I had an operation back in October to remove a lump that they found in my throat. Of course, I took a biopsy and everything. I want to make sure it wasn't cancer and everything. Thank God it wasn't. But it's not supposed to be there, so they took it out. Mind you, I've never been under anesthesia in my life. I mean, I pulled out my own teeth just by rubbing cocaine on it, taking it out, not feeling anything. I'm being honest. I'm being sincere.
Yeah.
And I remember, the only thing I could remember was when they laid me down, I felt intimidated because I walked into the operating room, there's like 20 doctors. I said, hey, all you gotta do is take a lump out of my throat. Why the hell you need all these doctors for, you know? Well, this is anesthesia and everything, calm down, whatever. Okay, fine. Make a long story short, they told me count 10 backwards. I got to 7. 10, 9, 7.
Yeah.
But I do remember what happened between me going to sleep and me waking up, because I'll never forget. I never experienced this in my whole life. And I'm getting personal, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not that type of guy to do this on the show. When I went under, I was in a park. Now, I'm telling Melody this, and Melody's like, you got to talk about this. So, you know, I have to let this out because I think it was a way of letting go of something. I woke up, I was in a park, in the same clothes that I wore to go to the hospital. All I had was a black hoodie and blue jeans.
Right.
Okay? So I wake up in this park, and I'm on a bench. I feel the wind. I can smell the grass. I can hear the birds. But there's nobody in the park. I got I guess a running track where people work out behind me. I'm looking. I'm like, what am I doing here? What am I doing here? Like, I'm supposed to be in the hospital. Did I die? I mean, I don't know what's going on because anything can happen, complications. Yeah. As I look, in front of me, it's my father and my grandmother. Mind you, my grandmother's been dead 10 years. My father's been dead 5. He's all dressed up, you know, his guayabera, his, you know, they all wear polyester pants and everything. And my abuelita wear her, the abuelita sundress. Everybody knows, with the pockets on the side. And he's holding her hand and they're coming. My father sits exactly where he is right here. My grandmother's right over here. I felt them. I touched them. I was like in shock. And me being a very vocal person, I had nothing to say. Like I'm looking at the 2 most important people in my life. They're right next to me. So my father goes, "Pero qué te pasa? No puedo hablar." What's up? You got nothing to say now? And I'm like, bendición. He said, "Yo te bendiga," and everything. And I'm like, bendición, ¿cómo estás? And I'm like, I'm in shock. I'm not scared, but I'm in shock. So, you know, I'm there, and he's like, "¿Qué te pasa?" You know, I'm telling him, I say, "Oh, you know, how's the kids? Everything's good." And, you know, I see you got, and like, he knew everything, like everything he needed to tell me. He was like, "Oh, I see you got a new life. You're doing good. You're doing this." And my grandmother's telling me, because my mother worries a lot about it. So she was like, "Dile a mami que yo estoy bien, tell your aunt this, blah, 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 blah." He gave a message to my son. He told my son, because my son is like his first grandson. He's the one that carries our name. He was like the pride and joy. He loves his granddaughters, but my son was the first. He was Simba to my father.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying? So he tells me, "Tell your son I said que no sea un pendejo." I'm going to say this in English. Don't be a sucker. A woman's like standing at a bus stop. Don't chase it. There'll be another one coming. I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know what that meant because he always said that to me, but for some reason I didn't know why he's telling me this.
Right.
So I said, "Okay, fine." So at one instant he goes, "We got to go." And I'm like, "No, you can't go. You can't go." Like, I'm like holding him. "You can't go. You can't go. You can't go." He's like, "Papi, it's not your time." So I said, "Pa, I got so much to tell you." He was like, "Yeah, I know you do." I said, "Papi, you know I'm wrestling now." He goes, "And I love the name because I'm junior in the ring. My father was El Charo Boricua. I'm El Charo Boricua Junior."
Right.
And I was like, "Papi, but you haven't seen me wrestle." He said to me, I got the best seats in the house." And that was like, let it go. Because I held his death too long for 5 years. Because I was there from the beginning when he got sick. I was there for 6 weeks. I saw my father go from a size of me to a pencil. And since I was his firstborn, it was like I always had to try, you know. And let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, this is no bullshit. People can say, "Oh, you know, you was under the influence." No, I felt him. He touched me. He gave me my bendición. He gave me a kiss. And while he's walking away, I said no. And right there, my hands were up. And the doctor's like, "Mr. Gracia, put your hands down. You're not, you know, don't fight us." And I'm reaching out because I'm reaching out to him. But the doctor's thinking since they let my hands go, that I'm trying to fight the anesthesia. So when I go back to the recovery room, my mother's there and everything. And my mother, I told the doctor, "You got to get my mother. You got to get my mother. You got to get my mother." And they were like, "Who's your mother?" I said, "Her name is Angela Torres. She's in the waiting room." My mother, like, she knew something was up. Because she comes in and she goes, "What did you see?" And I said, "Abuelita told me to tell you she's okay. I got to call my son." I couldn't really talk. I'm forcing it. She's like, no. To make a long story short, a week later, I call my son because he's worried. He was like, "Don't call me, Daddy, until you can talk." So I called him, and I said, "Listen, I got a message from your grandfather." So he was like, "What did he say?" He said, "Stop being a pendejo. Don't chase, you know, women's like a bus or whatever." And I tell him, he was like, "Dad, me and Amanda broke up 3 months ago. And he was with this girl for 3 years." So I'm like, I didn't know this. He never told me this. And I'm like, well, this is he said, "Dad, I just met somebody. And she's perfect. She didn't do, I was with somebody for 3 years and she played me and this girl." And I'm like, that's what he was trying to say. So I know that feeling that when you got somebody in your head telling you this and that, you said they're chismosos. Believe me, I hear them all the time too. I hear my father playing tricks on me all the time. My girl's been in my apartment where she's like, we're watching TV and the fan shuts off by itself.
Yeah.
And it ain't power. She was like, your dad's playing tricks again. Can you please tell your dad to stop? And I'm looking at her like, how do you know it was him?
But it's
So-
true.
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, go
No, but it's true. And you know something, when people, this is why some people do drugs, because they don't realize that you don't have to go to take drugs to realize that, number one, the brain is amazing. It is amazing. And we are very powerful human beings. And not only are we powerful, but we are all geniuses. But society tells you different. And everyone can speak, can sense spirits. Everyone.
Yeah.
You understand? And the thing that happened with you was that because you have so much in your thoughts, in your mind, your father couldn't get through to you. So this was an opportunity because you were under anesthesia and everything of your brain to your body was so relaxed that it gave him and your grandmother an opportunity to come. And then you tell that story and everybody say, oh, that was the anesthesia, that was this, that was that. But that's because that's what society wants you to know. No different when society says, follow your intuition. It's not your intuition, it's your spirit guiding you.
Yeah.
But a lot of us don't listen to it.
As a former drug user, I was addicted to coke. I drank and everything. I know the difference of what was being high, being paranoid on the coke. And when people don't seem to understand, when you stop all that, your mind is more clear than anything.
Yeah.
You know, and I was fortunate to learn to do it on my own. I didn't go to rehab.
Right.
Just one day I woke up because my heart was coming out my chest, and I said, God, if you let me see tomorrow, I'll stop. Because, I mean, I can see the shape of my heart. I was doing so much.
Right.
When I went under anesthesia, I said, no, it wasn't. I know what delusion is.
No, I
Did
agree.
he come? Did his father?
No,
really-
he did see his father and he did see his grandmother. He did. But it has nothing to do with the anesthesia.
Right.
It's just that with having that, it just relaxed him completely. Because the reason that he didn't get it before, that he could have seen his father and his grandmother in his dream, because he could have. We all do if we allow. But if your mind is so filled with so much of the world, no, then you can't. But at this point, he had no choice, because he had no choice but to be relaxed. Even his brain was relaxed. So that's why they came to him.
Yeah, because up to the surgery, I had to wait like almost 2.5 weeks to get the results of the biopsy.
Yeah.
In my mind, I got cancer.
Yeah.
I worked too hard to get where I'm at. I'm not losing this now. Am I gonna beat chemo? And then I find out after 47 years, 45 years, 46, I'm a diabetic. So I'm like, what the hell? I said, I can't eat.
Well, you can't have everything.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, no more Twinkies. No, you know, you going through. I mean, there was, and I know I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm going to say it anyway. I wanted to break up with my girl so she don't feel sorry for me if I did have it.
Really?
I literally
What?
like tried to turn her away because I didn't want that to see somebody as the way, like my father's character is exactly like mine. Laughing, throwing jokes, the life of the party. When I saw my father deteriorate, I'm like, I can't see him. I used to pray to God, take him.
Yeah.
Take him. He doesn't deserve this. So I didn't want her or my family to do the same for me. Like, no. But then I was like, what are you doing, stupid? You know, you got somebody that's going to be like, I don't care if you're a toothpick. If I got to use you to clean my teeth, I'm going to use you to clean my teeth, but you're mine. You know, other people be like, well, que no sufre, you know, and they just think about like, okay, they think ahead. What we're going to do if he dies? Who's going to pay this bill? Who's going to pay that? I had people on me say, no, dude, you're not going anywhere. You work too hard to get where you're at today. Look at where your show is at. Look what you're doing. You're fulfilling a dream that nobody said you can do.
Well, you're fulfilling your journey.
Yeah.
You're going through your journey. And you know something? I think that sometimes, you know, my mother also passed away. And you're right, you know, cancer has a way of really making a person shrink to nothing. But I don't see that person. What I see is the woman that woman was. And the thing about this is also is that we're all going to die. It's going to happen. But I'm not really worried how I'm going to die and who's going to take care of me. I can't, because to me that's not important. To me what's important is what I'm doing now, living the life that I'm living, and just going on, because death comes. It just does. But it's not, to me it's not the end, it's just the beginning. And I enjoy every minute of my life. I don't think like, am I going to lose my mind? Am I going to have cancer? Am I going to die in my sleep? My thing is the way that I'm going to go is the way that I'm going to go, and there isn't a damn thing I can do about it. So I don't think about it. I just like, you know, I just enjoy life. And I think that that's something that, because of, I mean, I like what you did in the beginning of the show, that you dedicated the show to Junior. You know what I'm saying? And I feel that we kind of lose our perspective when it comes to ourselves and to others. And everybody's out there saying we're supposed to love each other, we're supposed to be brothers and sisters, but it is so easy said than done. And I think that, to me, that's not the problem. The problem is the way that people think nowadays. Yeah. That's where I think the problem is. Everybody wants to record what they see, and no one has respect for the human race. Mm-hmm. And I feel that people are the ones that have to learn how to grow up, you know, and start realizing who and what they are. And if they don't realize that, this brother-sister mentality being together, it's not going to work. It's not. Because everybody out there is about themselves. Like you know, like what they do with these people who they send to their countries, and the children are in a cage, like they're in, you know,
the border.
You know, like what humane? What is it? So it's not.
Is there an agenda
it's the
behind
people. It's the people that have to wake up. You understand? And when you wake up, then start working on yourself.
Yep.
Because if you work on yourself, then it will be a domino reflex. Oh, you change. Oh, I like the way you are. I like the way you think. Blah, let me do the same. Blah, let me do the same. Blah, let me do the same. And I feel that that's when you become powerful.
That's true.
Because we can become as a group and go on strike and go there on strike. And people are doing it for their heart, and people are doing it because they think it's the right thing to do. People are doing it because they want to get noticed. You know, many people do it for the wrong reasons. And I feel that people got to get to know who they are before they can lend a hand out there. You know what I'm saying? Because the tragic that not only happens to Junior, but to all our children, and how these parents, these adults, respond to these crises. Yes, you know, if you're sorry that this person is gone and but so much could have been prevented that day for this kid, and it wasn't. So what does that say about the human race? It doesn't say much. I just on my Facebook, somebody just sent me to sign a petition so children can have curfew. Okay. Now, you gotta look at that. No, but it's a petition so the government can give you the curfew. Right. So now you're wondering, what are these governments doing? They're using these things, these tragic that is happening, to fulfill their agenda. And we, as people, are ignorant. They're allowing, and they're making it easier, because this gang thing, you know, this killing, and kids being shot accidentally. You know what I'm saying? Like, people have to question these things. They really do. Who made anybody that powerful that they can go and take something that happens and use it to their benefit? You know what I'm saying? There are great mothers out there. They are. And there are mothers that are not mothers. And that's the reality of it. And that's why majority of these children are lost. So we're so thinking about how I look, how beautiful I am, who's going to look at me. Is he looking at me? Oh, do you think he is? Did he wink at me? Oh, he's going to pay my rent. He's going to pay my bill. You know, oh, I got into his car. He has this beautiful car. And guys are the same way. So we lost the humanity of being human. Yep. Okay? Because we follow society. What society says is correct. You can dress that way. It's okay. It's decent. You know what I'm saying? You can dress your children like that too. It's okay and decent. And unfortunately, we live in a world that is filled with a lot of darkness. And when you forget that, you open the door and you feed into it. And then you make your life miserable because things are not going your way. Well, things are not going your way because you have to sit back and say, why is it not going my way? Can you find happiness in all this craziness? Absolutely you could. Absolutely.
How? How does one, start working on themselves?
By start being who you are meant to be. Stop being what society wants you to be. Why don't you be who you were meant to be? You understand? Find that peace. Find that comfort within yourself. Stop making excuses. Stop blaming the whole world, like Wind said. Take responsibility. Right. You know what I'm trying to say? Nobody wants to do that because
Nobody wants to say, responsibility.
Nobody wants to take responsibility. And when that happens, what do? You know what I'm saying? I mean, and there's people that I meet that want to get their lives together, but what happens when they realize they have to work on it, they say, I got to do this, and I got to do that, and I got to do this, and I got to do that. They don't want to work on themselves. And they don't want to work on it. And you know what I say? Listen, bye-bye. Come when you're ready, and if you never come, that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. Because I let everybody know, as long as I'm doing what I got to do,
that's true.
I'm doing it. And if you want to do what you need to do, my doors are open. My doors are open. But if you feel that you can't take it, because, you can go to a future teller, and the future teller say, you're going to meet a guy, and this guy's going to look like this. He's going to look tall and things like that. Now you're in a party, and you meet this guy, but along the line, you didn't know that the guy was going to be abusive.
Right.
Or along the guy, you didn't know that this guy was not what they told you he was going to be. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I believe that when you get to know who and what you are, you start seeing things for what they really are. And you can read a person right away. Because I teach my girls that when they go on a date, I used to tell them, when you go on a date, you're gonna read this guy. And they would say, yeah. But when they got themselves together and realized, they would see a guy and they said, just 30 minutes. They knew, no. Because we fill our eyes with illusions, fantasy, and society. Because we don't want to see the truth.
It's funny you say that because, like you said, you want people want to do this and this and that. There's a couple of sayings that go with that. Like, everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. See what I'm saying?
It's true, though. You're absolutely right.
You said, when you said people have illusions with their eyes. My grandmother used to tell us, like, when we used to, we want to eat, so I want to eat that, I'm dying to eat that, and she gives you a plate, and you only eat half of it. She used to be like, te jataste con los ojos.
Right.
And all that comes to play. When we're younger, and our parents tell us certain phrases, and you're like, oh my God, I used to listen to this all the time, oh my God. And it's funny when you use it on your own kids, because you start to realize, there was a message there somewhere. There's a message. My grandmother used to be just like the song Hector Lavoe said. Tell me who you are. Tell me who you walk with, and I'll tell you who you are. I haven't seen you in 3 years. The last time we met, we were on Nightline Radio.
Right. Correct.
And when I came out, I was like, okay, is she gonna hit me with a left jab or something, blah, 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 blah. And you saw for yourself, something happened within the last 3 years that you are who you are. Because you find yourself. Mm-hmm. You find yourself. And I tell this to everybody. before you could go into this adventure with somebody else or a new journey or whatever, you got to take your own journey. You got to see who you are. You got to and then sometimes there's always a person that helps you find that.
Yeah.
You know, like people telling me now, wow, I haven't seen you with earrings in 25 years. And I remember sitting in the train, my girl looked at me and she goes, you have a hole in your ear. I was like, yeah, I don't, how come you don't wear earrings? You know, my ex-wife didn't like it, that this and that, whatever. She took an earring off her own ear and said, there you go. And I was like, wait, I remember the good feeling was to be yourself. Because when earrings now, everybody does it. But when we were growing up, it was rebellious.
Yes, it was unacceptable.
It meant something.
Yeah.
Like, I can do whatever I want. Yeah. You always need that little push, you know? And that's what you do. You do that. Yeah. You give that push. I've seen you. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, this is no bullshit. Not because she's here. I'm not a hypocrite. I say it like it is. 2 big, overgrown galoofs went into her apartment, and we came out like... And Melody, what's the matter? And I'm like...
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm like, Guru just punched me in the stomach. She said something that we didn't see. Because we were going through a thing with a studio that offered us money. And we forgot about loving what we do and went for the money and everything fell apart. Yeah. And you was like, wait a minute, BOW!
It was a smackdown. We call those spiritual smackdowns.
Smackdown,
Y eso que no te dio, mira, with las sortijas.
Oh, do you know that I do hit my kids, my spiritual children, on the head when they get out of hand? Right, Win?
Very true.
Victor told me one time you knocked a freckle right off his head.
Yeah, I did.
You see, Rob, you see that ball? I used to have a freckle right there. Now, besides being now part of the R&R show on a monthly basis, if people want to look you up, where can they find you?
All right.
What? Go ahead, share it.
Yeah?
Yeah,
okay. You want to say it?
I don't want to say it.
All right. So, people, you can subscribe to her website. So, it's www.
Nice and slow.
Darling.
Okay.
www.Guru-Enlightment. And now I can spell that for you too. It's GURUENLIGHTment.com. Okay.
Wow, girl. You're doing great. You're doing great.
And you also have a book. You want to talk a little bit about?
Yes, I have a book. It's my first book. It's been out. I forgot the title of it.
No. But it's Guru Enlightment's Guide to Finding Answers.
Right, finding your answers. Because I believe that you have answers, and the book, the book will test you on your answers. I like people to think. My students know that. I like people to think. I want them to use this. This is amazing. It really, really is. And hopefully by October, I'm coming out with my second book.
Woo! It's going to be in English and in Spanish.
Yes. And the other one that I have is in English and Spanish. Yes. And also you met Win here, who's also my student, aside from
Smile Face. Spiritual Smile Face is my spiritual name.
And as he said before, there's a show that he is doing in July 7th.
And that you're directing.
Yes, that I did. But let me explain something to you, and I would like to explain to them. You always have people go on Facebook and says, "Oh, I'm doing a play," or different people, "I'm doing this, I'm doing that." And sometimes people question, should I go, should I not go? And I get it. Right. I get it because sometimes, honestly, I question myself. But I feel that if you give yourself an opportunity and just give it to yourself, you should come. Because what we have gathered together, the songs, number one, all the songs that they sing they wrote it on their own. They did the lyrics, am I saying it right? The lyrics, they did it on their own. It's amazing because it's coming from here. And like what he said about fear, absolutely. We like to feel that we take that fear and make it into positive. But it's going to be a very cozy evening. And if you want to relax and enjoy and learn and grow and wake up, it'd be nice if you allow yourself to give that to yourself. And of course, I don't expect you to believe in what I'm saying, because this is what I believe in. And it says here, it's not what you say that matters. Is
okay, wait a minute. It's what I see that matters.
Right. So my thing is, don't believe. See, one of the things I tell all my students when I meet them for the first time, don't believe anything I say to you. Believe in what you see. So if you have nothing to do July 7th and you want to chill, drop over and see these terrific young guys, young men, really play and sing their ass off.
Where is it? Where?
Latea Theater, 107 Suffolk Street.
Say it again.
Latea Theater, 107 Suffolk Street.
That's by Delancey.
I'm not going to pronounce that. Oh, it's by Delancey, the Williamsburg Bridge.
You can catch the F, the M, the J.
And you can see it on the Facebook, on his website.
Oh,
too.
yeah. Instagram, RH Comedy, and my Facebook, Guru's Facebook as well. She's also sharing it, so there's a link there. You're free, come on down.
And again, you could get her book at Amazon.
Yes,
right?
you could. Yes, you could. Yes, you could.
Okay.
You know,
Guru Enlightenment Guide to Finding Answers.
Correct. Nobody had any
I
questions?
think it's on your website
Any
too.
questions? Any?
Everybody's in silence.
I think
because
her book is on her website too.
Oh,
It
yeah,
is?
it's on my
Okay,
website.
okay.
Yeah.
So remember, guys, it's www.guruenlightenment.com. Okay, check out her blogs. You're gonna really grow and learn there. You wanted to say something else?
Well, what I wanted to say is that, I mean, this is my first time here, and I guess people have to warm up to me first to see if, you know, if what is this person about. I get it, but I hope that during the times that I am here, that people do call, ask me questions. There's nothing that you can ask me that it's embarrassing. Nothing.
Or how can they contact you if they don't want to verbally say something? They want to do private, like
Well,
email or Facebook message. Like, how can they contact you?
They can message me, you know, through Facebook.
On Facebook?
Yeah,
you have the page, which is Guru Enlightenment, and then you have...
Yeah, and it says my name, Haiti Lorenzo, also.
Yeah, there's two.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
either or?
Either or, you can do it.
So Haiti Lorenzo, or her real name, Master Guru Enlightenment.
That is my real name. Thank you. I love that. Thank you so much.
And the reason why people are probably not warming up is because now they're starting to see the show has evolved. There's a lot of changes that have been happening on the show.
Great.
A positive thing where it's not the old genre that it was.
Oh, wow.
As everybody knows, before Guru actually came on the show, I was teasing Guru a couple of times, looking in the camera saying, I grew up. This ain't the Eddie Murphy style type show anymore. You know, we're trying to have.
You have.
We want everybody to be entertained in the business, and we also want to show a side of the show where we can bring something to the fans.
Right.
You know, right now there could be somebody that never heard of Guru,
Right.
and heard our stories here and say, "Wow, if Raphael G did this, or if Melody did this, or if my man over here did it, Mr. Wind, maybe I can do this." You know, if I go to this person, it's too much money, or insurance people, oh, you need to see a psychologist. Sometimes you just need a person that you can vent to, and it's to a person that doesn't know you,
Right.
and it's going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear.
Exactly.
You know, and I'm going to give you everybody a word of advice. Do not believe what this lady says.
That's right.
Because she told me, I ain't going to do nothing to you. She punched me and Ralph in the chest.
Believe in what you see.
She said, oh, she ain't going to do nothing. She ain't going to touch us. Pa-pow!
It's just
A
stupid.
combined weight of 600 pounds walking out literally like this. And Melody holding her hands. Come on, I'm going to put you in the car.
It's so stupid.
Well, I want to thank everybody who's logged on. I want to thank Rick. Of course, Master Guru.
Thank you so
Melody
much.
Rose Randrell. Melody will be back in 2 weeks because you are going para la playa.
Qué lindo, cállate, Dios mío, pero qué chota, tienes que decirle a todo el
I
mundo.
better get some rum, some palo viejo, something.
No te voy a traer nada. A piece of sand. I'm going to bring you
A
sand.
pack of Newports out there is $2.50.
No, it's not. It's $10. It went up. Anyways, we're not talking about that. I'm honored. It's been an honor to have two people that one is one of the most important person in my life, which is you, my teacher, who has guided me, and I don't know where I would be without her. She saved my life. And of course, my brother, my spiritual brother, Wind. I have grown, and you have inspired me so much. So I can't wait for this concert to happen. Okay.
One of the things I want to say, you know, the way that, and I want people to understand this, I also learn from all my students. It works both ways, and my students know that. I learn from every human being on this planet. And I learn every single day. My learning does not stop, because I can always meet someone that can teach me something that I don't know. And I'm like a little kid that loves to learn. And I want you to understand that. So it just doesn't go one way. It goes both ways.
And with that, we would like to thank everyone. I want to ask you this one question. If I was one of your students, hold on, man, because everybody got a name. I want a name too.
No, you got to earn that shit.
I'm just saying, if I was a student, what kind of a name would you give me?
Oh, no, you want a joke?
Would it be like Mouth?
Like what? Come on.
Mouth.
I will not tell you.
Mouth.
You got to earn it.
You got to earn
Yes.
it. You got to earn
okay.
it.
See, now they're going to try to make me go to boot camp. See, that's... I love Guru, respect her. I ain't messing with this woman. I can't handle this on a daily basis. I got to deal with it once a month. Now I got to do it.
You're stupid.
It's the R&R show. I want to thank
you so
everybody who's
much,
logged
everyone.
on. And again, rest in peace, Junior.
Thank you.
Rest in peace, Hector Velez. Jose Velez, I'm sorry. And to his mother, Jewel Velez, Mommy, despite everything that happened, God is still good. An answer will come. We will have justice for your son. I hope that what I did tonight can help out in a little bit with the replay and everything like that. Again, Guru Enlightment will be here at the end of every month to give a segment. This is her introductory show. The next show, I ain't going to say no. I'm going to walk away. Her and Melody can handle this. Call, text, whatever. If you want to come on the show and speak of your problem live, contact me and Melody on the R&R show at rawandreadyproductions@gmail.com. We will set up something because I don't want every psycho to come in here thinking everything. And you saw what happened to the American Sniper. I don't need that happening to her. All right? If you have a sincere issue that you would like to ask her in person, you will contact us. We will do a little bit of a background check. You know, you come over here and you talk with her.
Yeah, I don't have time. I have no time for garbage.
Exactly.
I
So
don't.
you got to be a sincere person. Again, it's
Ready
on
to
our
work
show.
on this.
Melody, I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yes.
And I swear to God, ladies and gentlemen, she won't come in here with a tan.
Te voy a traer un potetán.
And
Potetán y
at least a
salchicha.
little bottle of palo viejo. like this.
Salchichas Carmela. ¿Está bien?
Just to put in my soda.
Salchichas Carmela le voy a traer, mi gente.
No, she's going to bring me una caburria así le grande.
Que le ¿dónde te la va a meter? Anyways, all right.
¿Sabes?
Se ve. Vale.
It's the
Thank you
R&R
very
show.
much.
Good night.
Good night.
And stand in silence as we honor those who made the ultimate sacrifice in the defense of our great country.